Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. Today we will explain about our interview with a learning community called Youth for Change, or often called YFC.
And the source we interview was Alvila Salsabila as the head of the community. Our motivation for creating this video is to explain the result of our analysis regarding the general objective, specific objective,
and the material development methods of a less Bahasa Inggris community called Youth for Change. The first is general objective, has 3 points. The first point is reducing inequality in access to education. It means this tutoring program aims to reduce educational disparities in Poso by empowering local youth as community educators. It focuses on improving learning quality while developing young people's capacity to become future leaders and agents to educational change.
And the second point is improving the quality of children learning. It means the development of this program is based on the result of need analysis and environment analysis to design a well-targeted educational plan. Through need analysis, learners' needs are systematically identified so that the program can address exciting gaps in competence and academic support. And the last point is empowering youth as agents of education. This program also serves as a platform for developing the capacity of local youth as a teacher. Through teaching experience, they enhance leadership, communication, social empathy, and classroom management skills in line with Kolb's 1984 experiential learning theory.
Thus, the program not only improves students' academic quality, but also shapes the character and competence of young teachers as key actors in a community-based education. The next is specific objective, has 3 points too. The first point is affordable learning access. The specific objective of this tutoring program is to provide proper learning access to every child in areas with limited educational facilities through affordable tutoring services designed based on the community real needs.
And the second point is for training young teachers. This program also encourages the growth of a generation of young teachers who are skilled, confident, and committed to becoming agents of change in their communities.
And the last point is an inclusive and sustainable learning space. By building an inclusive and sustainable community learning space, this program strives to create equal opportunity for every child to dream, learn, and grow.
Moreover, the institution leader holds great hope that this program will not stop here but continue to expand the more place, nurture more young educators, and become an educational movement that inspires change and creates a bright future for the next generation. The next and the last one is to explain our opinion regarding the way the material is arranged in this community, whether it is a modular sequence or a linear sequence.
In our opinion, it is a linear sequence because the learning process is structured step by step, progressing from the most basic to more complex concept. Each stage of learning depends on the previous one, meaning that student must understand the material from early level or age group before moving to the next. In the context of an institute that groups students by age, the sequence of learning follows the child development stage and a cognitive ability.
Because this institution, classes are divided into several levels, where younger children learn more basic and simple concepts, while older students study more complex material. The lessons are interconnected from lower to higher levels. The learning system used is a linear sequence, which means that the material is organized gradually and sequentially from the simplest to more complex, according to the children's age and developmental abilities. And the next is the relationship between linear sequence and need analysis. Need analysis functions to identify what students truly need at each developmental stage. Through this analysis, the institution can understand children's priority knowledge, interest, and learning goals at every level.
For example, early childhood students PAUD need colorful, enjoyable, and play-based learning activities to foster interest in language learning. Meanwhile, students in grades 5 to 6 elementary school begin to need activities that develop real communication skills, such as speaking and writing short paragraphs. Thus, the result of the need analysis help the institute determine the content of each stage in the linear sequence. This means that every step in the learning order is not only academically logical but also relevant to the child development needs. And the next is the relationship between linear sequence and environment analysis. Meanwhile, environment analysis serves to align the curriculum with student learning environments, including social and cultural conditions, school facilities, teacher competence, and parental support.
For example, if the institution is located in an area where English is not commonly used in daily life, the early learning stage should be made more contextual and concert, using pictures, song, or role-play based activity. Teachers also need to adapt their teaching methods to match the characteristics of the students and the available school facilities. By conducting environment analysis, the institution can ensure that the linear sequence system is not rigid but adaptive to real conditions in the field. And the next is the interrelation of the three components. The three components, linear sequence, need analysis, and environment analysis, complement one another and cannot be separated.
The linear sequence provides a systematic framework for the learning order from early childhood education, PAUD to elementary school. The need analysis ensures that the content and teaching method at each stage align with the developmental needs of the children. The environment analysis adapts the curriculum implementation to the real condition of the school and the student surroundings.
Together, these components create a learning process that is structured, relevant, and contextual. With this approach, the institution not only builds a sequential curriculum, but also ensures it is targeted and appropriate to the children's conditions at each educational level.
For the conclusion, this learning program expands educational access for children underserved areas through a gradual linear sequence approach tailored to by need analysis and environment.
Supported by need analysis and environment analysis, the program not only improves students' academic skills but also empowers local youth to become educators and agents of positive educational change in their community.
That's all the explanation from us.
We apologize for more or less.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.